On the road to overcome difficulties, it's not every day that we are victorious.
Baya mwana wa kumpala.
Today was a different day, a day of victory. I was definitely almost defeated by my cravings, my desire for pornography and masturbation. And I literally, upon almost not being victorious, to be honest, almost fell. And in my mind, I kept thinking to myself how victory would feel like. So y'all, my name, I'm here with my boy, Jared.
Gerard. Whoa, Jerry. Yo, Jerry? Who's Jerry?
Gerard. Yeah. It's the name change, man. Yeah, I've known Aaron my whole life, man. I'm gonna look like a fraud on this video. All right, we're gonna start again. You gotta close it.
Okay.
You gotta close it with the hand, and you gotta open it. So here I am at Starbucks with Gerard. High school, middle school, a little bit elementary, or middle school?
Middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
And we always find ways to cross paths. So I'm here actually with this woman, Beyonce, white, Karina, the lovely Karina. And so we're just on this meeting. You know, today we're just discussing a lot of things, brands, life, product shoots that you all have seen in my previous vlogs. And I just want to get them to spit something. Gerard, man, tell something to my leaders, man. Something inspirational, a word that they can take with them for the future. Something. What would you spit to somebody right now?
Be patient with yourself and others, but know exactly when patience has reached its limit, so that you can make sure that you're being healthy to yourself and you don't put yourself in situations where it's better to leave or better to change.
You know, how I know that on the other side of this struggle, I'm going to be blessed. Meaning not just me, but God is going to allow me to meet somebody, do something. And pornography, masturbation, this temptation is trying to remove me away from the task that God has planned for me. Okay? This is what the enemy comes to do. Kill, steal, destroy, and in some translations, distract. This is what the enemy comes to do. And today, it was the truth. Because after I won, I said, you know what? I was in the shower and I said, I'm going to treat myself the taste of victory. I'm going to reward myself for winning. You know, oftentimes we just go on a streak, and I can go on a streak and a streak, but I never do myself justice and pat myself on the back. I said, today, I'm going to treat myself. And yeah, I treat myself. I was craving ribs, barbecue, barbecue. I don't eat it all the time, all right? So I went to Terry Black's barbecue, one of the best barbecue spots in the state of Texas. Okay, that's the title they hold. And I went there to treat myself. I don't typically do this, but I felt today I'm treating myself. I'm gonna be victorious today, and I felt empowered. I felt good, even the fact that I had the finances to do it, but I felt good. But upon sitting down, treating myself to beef ribs, a slice of brisket, and some of their famous mashed, and that with macaroni and cheese. Ooh. When I sat down and I started to eat, there was at my peripheral, there's an individual that was staring at me on my camera. And I thought she was just staring at me because, you know, the size of the rib that I had on my plate was enormous. Like that, what I ate was probably for 2 to 3 people, and I'm still hungry right now. And the side of my peripheral, I see somebody looking. We make eye contact. We start laughing. I thought she was really laughing at me that I'm about to eat all of this food. And so she gets up with her friend, and they're about to leave. But before she leaves, she literally asked me a question: "Are you a vlogger? Like, are you a YouTuber?" You know, are you a YouTuber? And literally, I tell her, "Yeah, I do. I have YouTube, and this is what it's about." And she's ignited because she has a YouTube as well. Her name is Steph. I'm gonna link her video in the description below. And Steph, I put her on the spot.
That's a really good question, actually, because I feel like this week I've been going through my own things, like, you know, and I think it's so important that trust God, because sometimes we're in such a rush to do things on our own, or sometimes just we get so anxious that we want to figure things out on our own, or we think we know what's best.
Yes.
And it's like, sometimes it's the worst thing to say, but be patient and wait for time to take its course.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, time is everything, and as much as it sucks, time is everything, and as long as you give it time, God will get you there.
Come on.
Thank you so much.
One more question. I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this.
My family's always like, you know, had like, oh, there's a God, but I was never super invested until a few years ago. I was like out partying, you know, young teenager kind of stuff, and then I realized like how sometimes friends can really push you to be like they're just, friends will push you or peer pressure you, and you don't even realize that they're doing it. And that's one time I just like I went to church with a friend, and I was like, this is kind of weird, but then I felt the urge to go back. And then what's crazier, what like really pinned me on it was I was in the process of buying a house, and I was like, God, like this isn't enough. Like I don't think that this is enough to buy a house. I was like, if you allow me to be approved for a higher amount, I was like, I will stop. Like I will give my life to you. Like I will do this. And sure enough, not even a week later, God gave me what I was asking for, and I was like, I'm yours. Like this is it. And honestly, ever since, don't get me wrong. Like I still do like things that are wrong. I still do.
We all do.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. And I know that there's things that I do that I shouldn't, but it's like, even then, it's like I remind myself why I need to be faithful, or like why I need to keep believing. And He shows me every day like why I need to keep trusting in Him, because there's no greater peace than that. And it's crazy because a few months ago I would have said like, oh no, like I'll find peace on my own.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like God is really going to give you greater peace than anything you can find yourself.
Tell them where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on YouTube. It's Stephanie. Wait, you know what? Let me just, where's my phone? Let me show y'all my QR code.
She got a QR code.
I'll show y'all my QR code, and he'll let it sit there for a minute.
Boom.
I'm super excited about that, by the way. But yeah, y'all keep liking his stuff. He's really cool, and he just had a really good meal too.
Gotta pick up. So I know I'm reading a lot of university work, like a lot of university books, but it will never stop me from getting more books. So today, check this out. At the Amazon lobby, I got a plug, I got a package. Listen, I'm addicted.
She's a creative, and you know, when I meet people like this, I told you all I want to start featuring people, getting them to spit something. Everybody has something to spit. I tell her, spit something. And Lord behold, out of all the people in the room, in that environment, I know not everybody was probably believers, but this woman happened to be a believer. So she started spitting, talking about God and giving you all some motivation. And I was just ignited that after I had a word for her that the Holy Spirit allowed me to give to her. And I ended up praying for Steph. You know, in the middle of that, not well, we technically weren't in the middle, but inside of Terry Black's, you know, there's a lot of people around us, probably like, yo, what are we doing? You know, we're praying. And it was just a phenomenal experience. And think about it. That morning, the enemy wanted me to fall short so that I could be tired, sleeping all day, depressed, you know, defeated. Right? Why? Because if I'm in that state of defeat, I can't help nobody. I can't fuel nobody. Talk to my mentor, my brother in Christ, Mike Brown, and you know, right now he's off somewhere in Arizona, over there in the trees, camping. And he talks to me about how we need to continue to refuel ourselves, you know? And it's so important that we refuel ourselves by getting in God's presence, getting in our word, listening to sermons, worshiping, praying. Cry, let your tears out. Because when we are refueled, we now have enough energy to go back out and do the work of God. And Mike Brown mentioned how when we look at Jesus' life, Jesus often withdrew from the crowd. The Bible tells us he withdrew from the multitude. And why did he do this? To be in the presence of God. The magnitude of work that Jesus Christ had to do. You know, and I'm just reminded to do things that allow me to refuel myself. So today, rewarding myself, winning first and foremost, Jesus Christ giving me the victory over my temptations this morning. Meeting Steph and the other individuals I met at Terry Black's. You know, it's powerful what happens when we choose Jesus Christ. Did I want to give in this morning? Absolutely. But did I give in fully? Absolutely not. Will we recover and be delivered from this completely? Absolutely. I'm talking to you, Michael. I'm talking to you. You're going to be delivered from this. Remember that. Keep affirming yourself. No matter how dark it gets, you're going to be delivered from this. Don't give up on yourself. Do not give up on yourself. I love you. We out.
The biggest piece of advice I can give to anyone, no matter where they are in life, whether they're starting out their adulthood, feeling like they're about to enter a change, is to just be gentle with yourself. Like, coming from a former perfectionist who needed everything to be 110% perfect, learning how to let go and forgive yourself for being a human being has been the most stress relief and most relieving thing you could ask for yourself. Just be mindful and be gentle, and just, it's okay if you need a day to relax. Never feel bad if you have to take a day for yourself. And then you'll be refreshed, ready to go.
Mental health is important.
Yes, health is very important.
Yeah.
Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, all that.
And lastly, what movie y'all watching?
We're gonna go see Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Wait, is that the new
The new Marvel movie. I bought tickets like a week ago because I need to represent Asian Americans in media.
Yeah.
All Asian cast. We need more Asians in media. Need more POC, blacks,
Yeah.
Hispanics, other POC.